Hello everybody, it's vanburman here and welcome to Final Fantasy IV. It came out on Steam yesterday. I wasn't sure of when it was actually going to come out at all. Well, I knew it was going to come out at some point, but no idea when it was going to come out, to be honest. And I'm glad to see it has. It is a really good game. I played it on the Android version. I did about 4 or 5 hours on it, but I just don't enjoy.
Lord Captain, we're nearly to the Baron border.
So we are.
The trouble's him, too. Orders may be orders, but this goes too far.
One of the very nice things about this game is it's fully voice acted. So, it makes it a bit more immersive, but you also have the great sound as well. Everything has worked really well so far in terms of
Lord Captain, we're the Red Wings, the pride of Baron.
How the game looks,
Must we now be thieves,
how it plays.
sent to plunder from the weak?
Enough.
But Lord Captain, the Mysidians offered no resistance, and still we cut them down.
Listen to me. We did no more than what our kingdom's peace and prosperity required us to do. The Mysidians knew too much of the crystal and its secrets. His Majesty deemed it so. We are the Red Wings of Baron. It is not our place to question the orders of our king.
Lord Captain.
Lord Captain! Monsters at the fore!
So the funny thing is that, I've been playing Arcade very recently, which is a totally different game, so, I'm not comparing the two. But in terms of, the storyline, for the main quest in that game, I really have, no love or affinity towards it at all, but even when you're just playing Final Fantasy IV for a couple of minutes, it's already, so much more rich, and it sucks you in so much more than a lot of other games do. So, that's one of its main draws for me anyway. I'm really glad to see it on Steam as well. I'm not sure which one we'll see next, to be honest. And it is a bit awkward talking over the voices.
Well then, prepare for landing, men.
Of course, by modern standards, it's not a beautiful game. It's probably on par with Final Fantasy VII, but even so. So the battle system is just the same as pretty much all the rest of all the turn-based Final Fantasies. Apart from in this one, you do get 5 characters to use at a time, which is obviously quite a lot compared to some of the games. Final Fantasy VIII, you only got 3, for example, so it does change the way that you play, of course. Another piece of news is you can, of course, use a controller on it. I don't know if mine's gonna. Hold on, give me a second. I'll leave that down. So this wire is not long enough. So I am using, you can't really see it, but it is an Xbox One controller that's hooked up using the drivers from Microsoft, and that worked straight away. I didn't have to go into the settings or anything like that, and it all worked really well. So, yeah. Basically, the king gets upset with him for questioning his orders, and yeah, Kane comes in and, well, tries to stick up for him basically. I mean, if nothing else, it makes the game very interesting right from the off. Also, the armor's pretty cool. So pretty much almost straight away you get the chance to explore around, which is useful. You can go into all the random nooks and crannies, and there's obviously stuff to find, as you would expect in most other Final Fantasy. I don't really know what more I can say other than that. It is basically just the same. You know, you go wandering around, you might find some stuff, you might not find some stuff, and you'll talk to some random NPCs. You know. Just how it is. The music is obviously as good as in keeping with the other ones, the other games. So let's see what settings we have. You get to change the music, the sound effects, the voice, battle mode, battle speed. Of course, you have to basically adjust these to your own liking. Everything's there pretty good. I think you can quick save anywhere, so you can come back to it later. And you can only save, I believe it's when you're on the world map. So I forgot to do that when I was playing through it again for the first time, which, as you can imagine, didn't go down very well, and yeah, I lost about an hour's worth of gameplay. But anyway, I knew it was coming out on PC, so it's not such a huge loss for me in that regard. I'm not really sure what else there is to show, really. May have gone the wrong way. But for the meantime, I won't actually be doing a playthrough of this game. It will come out at some point, no doubt about that, because I do really want to play Final Fantasy IV. There are just a lot of other stuff that I'm already recording and doing games of at the minute, so this one will probably go on the back burner, but it is definitely in the pipeline. And basically this video was just to show you that it's out and basically how it looks. And yeah, that's pretty much about it. I don't really want to make it too long and get too much into the story. I'm just trying to find a save point, to be honest with you. But like I say, I believe they are on the world map, so... Well, I guess we can always auto-save. Brilliant. Quick save, sorry. So yeah, it does come up with another option, which is continue on the main screen, and I believe, although don't hold me to this, as far as I'm aware, they are actually saved on the cloud. So like there is a sort of like a cloud for the Square Enix games, and it gets saved on there, I believe. But if you are going to uninstall Final Fantasy and you've got a save on there, I'd recommend going into your, I think it's local roaming files, and getting it from there, and just put it on a USB stick or something, because you don't want to obviously have to start all over again. But anyway guys, thank you much for joining me today, and if you do like Final Fantasy IV, you can find it on Steam. It's currently going for £14. I'll just quickly bring up the page here. Not that there's much point in doing that, but oh well, never mind. As you can see, the game is priced at $10.99, so I think it's exactly the same as Final Fantasy 3 was. It is quite a bit better than 3, technologically and story-wise, in my opinion. But yeah, I would say it's worth going for. I don't know why there's a negative review, although I haven't read that yet. And he's moaning about the what's he moaning about? He's moaned about the difficulty in the beginning. It is actually, yeah, okay. It is. He brought up an interesting point. The game is quite difficult after about the first hour, and you do have to sort of manage your characters quite well from the first hour onwards. But like I say, when I do a playthrough, you'll see that anyway. So just be prepared that there is a certain amount of grinding that needs to be done early on. And it can catch you out. So, as always with these games, make sure you do save regularly. But yeah, if you do want to buy it, you can get it on Steam for $10.99. I'd recommend it all day long. Like I said before, I think the price is too high. I mean, they're even more expensive than Final Fantasy VII and Final Fantasy VIII are. I mean, I think they're $9.99, so they're £1 cheaper. And it is basically just a port of a port because, the game was originally brought out on the DS, I think it was DS, and the PSP apparently, so I've heard. And then it was moved over to Android and iOS, and then it was brought over to Steam. So it has been ported quite a few times, and that's basically all it is. So they, being cynical about Square Enix for a second, we do know that they are trying to just cash in a quick buck on this, but hey, if that's how, if they're struggling that much to make their money, then that's how they're going to do it. Anyway, guys, thank you much for watching. Hopefully you've enjoyed this episode, and if you have, it'd be great if you leave a like, because being liked is nice, and I will see you all very soon. Goodbye.